What's up, Milanisti? Welcome back to Rossoneri TV. Today we have the enemy at home, a Liverpool fan. Go easy with him. He's still a good guy. He's still a football supporter. And at the end of the thing, he's a big club. Liverpool is a big club. It's always a pleasure to play against them. I'm going to Anfield, so I'm really excited. It's basically was a dream to go
Mm.
to Anfield and almost coming true. I never thought I'm going to Anfield to watch AC Milan, to be fair. So it's
Why?
even better because I was thinking, let's go to Anfield and watch any Liverpool game, because I want to be to Anfield, see the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Now I'm going as an AC Milan fan, so it's gonna be really stressful. So I don't know, but it's gonna be incredible. Introduce yourself, tell about your channel and about. Let's talk about Liverpool and Milan. Go for it.
No worries, bro. Thank you for having me, by the way. Much appreciated on this in this channel, man. It's very nice to, yeah, like be a part of it as well. And hopefully we could return the favor tomorrow as well. Yes, my name is Fozzy. I do YouTube. I have been doing YouTube since 2019, but on and off. I wasn't really serious about it. Now I'm doing it with my mate Laser. So there's two of us, and like combining as one. So we're gonna hopefully promote this channel, LFC Red Forever. And we've got another channel called UFT Talk, which is for all the fans. It doesn't matter what team you support, even if it's AC Milan, Manchester United. You come on there, and we're gonna like make it as big as possible for everyone. We're gonna hopefully do like live streams of Italian football, Spanish football, English football, French football, and German football. If we could do it, we will do the big games as well on there. So please come on there and subscribe to us as well.
That's great, man. Yeah, subscribe the channel, man. Follow this guy. If you want to know about Liverpool, about Premier League, it's always better to go on those YouTube channels because they put passion. They talk about like we talk about AC Milan. If you want to know about Serie A, about AC Milan,
hmm
just come tune on our channel and you're
I'm
gonna know
a,
everything.
I'm a bit older, mate, so I used to watch all this football. I know a lot of players from AC Milan. I'm one of those fans from the 90s. So
Okay.
I'm in my 40s. So I used to watch it on Channel 4 back in the day. So one of my favorite players of all time is Roberto Baggio. You know what I mean? Dino
Oh
Baggio.
yeah.
These players. These players I grew up with, Maldini, and Baresi, and I know all these players from AC Milan. You might not go as far as that, but I go way back, man. And so and it's one of those things. Like when I was a kid, I used to just watch Channel 4 because it's free football. So
Hmm.
that's how I used to study Italian football. Because remember, Gaza went to Lazio, didn't he? So they showed more Italian football on
Oh
TV
yeah.
back in the day. So yeah, that's how I remember Italian football. I used to watch Inter Milan a lot as well. I know it's your rivals. I used to watch a guy called Rubin Sosa. He's a Uruguayan player who used to score from long range, and Dennis Bergkamp used to play for them as well. So I know a lot. I know like Faustino Asprilla and Zola. So if you ask me anything
Man.
about Italian football back in the day, I know. Just the present, because it's hard to view, is a bit difficult for me to like keep up with it.
No, it's fair enough. And at that time, Serie A was the biggest. I think was the biggest league in the
Yeah, it
world
was
because they had
hands
a
down.
lot of talent. And Australia was an amazing player. But you saying I used to watch Inter Milan is like me saying I used to watch Everton, man. What is about that?
No, no, no. I was no,
Come
no.
on. It's a
If
smaller team of
if
the
no, no.
city,
But
man.
if you look at me, like who I used to follow the most was AC Milan, hands down. Has AC Milan
No,
and Italian
I know.
football
Don't
was
worry.
my team when I was growing up. Obviously, was it Papan, the French striker, used
Yeah,
to play for you
yeah,
guys? That's when I
yeah.
started watching. And then George Weah came through after that when he scored that goal from his own half all the way down to the other half. Yeah, I mean, listen, with Italian football, AC Milan was my team, but Liverpool is always going to be in my heart, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
as I got
something
older.
happened in 2005 and after in 2007, and now it's not anymore your team. At least you keep some distance. But fair enough.
Mm,
As I was saying, it's a pleasure to play against these teams in Serie in Champions League.
yeah,
Before the draw, I was like, I hope we get big teams. I hope we get a team like Liverpool, so actually we
hmm,
can see how we can manage a high press,
yeah,
high line defense, a high intensity game, and
hmm,
see how good we are and if we can handle the big boys in Europe. Because at the moment, Liverpool is one of the big boys in Europe. You guys won it 2 years ago, if I'm not wrong.
yeah,
You went to the final against Real Madrid, and still you lost that final because you didn't have a goalkeeper. Let's face that.
exactly,
With a different goalkeeper, you could have your chance in that final.
yeah.
And so it's a big game for us. How do you see this Liverpool? facing this game against AC Milan. What do you think about it?
Mate, like I said, with AC Milan, I only do glimpses nowadays because of like obviously the broadcasting. Um, it's gonna be a difficult game for us. I tell you why, because we haven't faced teams from Italy a lot. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
especially with the San Siro in the next leg. I mean, sorry, in the next game after that as well, it's going to be difficult for us because it's the big pitches and all that stuff. But from what I think I watched you guys last season. Was it in the Europa League against
Against Manchester
Manchester
United.
United? Yeah, and you played for pretty well. I saw your midfield control. Anyone who beats Man United, I'm the happiest man in the world. So I had to watch that game, and you guys look quite good, especially with Ibrahimovic coming back now, and now you got Giroud up front as well, and you look a lot more of a force. I think you was 12 points behind the leaders last season, wasn't you? Your rivals
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the league. So it looks like you're improving season within season within season. You're not really like standing still. Like. Uh, with AC Milan, you have been standing still for a long, long time, but now it looks like you're coming back to where you belong. Don't forget, you're the second, greatest, obviously Champions League club in world in Europe. So you have to be like coming back to your standards, which is the Champions League. And now we've got a tough league, Champions League group like with Porto and Atletico Madrid and AC Milan and Liverpool. That's going to be hard to get out of. But like you said, if you have an actual competition and then it keeps you alert on a regular basis, you don't know where you're going to go. Because this kind of group is the kind of group that will get the champions out of it as well. Don't forget, because it's going to be competitive throughout.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's not gonna. It's gonna be It's gonna be a fun game. I cannot wait. The good thing about Champions League that you play, apart from Atletico, you play against teams that actually play football, so they don't defend deep. They actually attack. They actually face the opposition. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be extremely fun. What I see, just to explain a bit, what moment AC Milan is as a team, as a club at this moment,
Yeah.
I can compare AC Milan to the year Liverpool. Uh, the year before Liverpool made 99, 98 points, something like that, and didn't won the league, but almost challenged for the league against Man City.
Yeah.
Do you remember that year?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, of course. 1 point,
I
I think we
think
lost the league by. Yeah.
exactly, but you had an incredible season. That was an
Yeah.
amazing. You even went to the final,
Champions League and beat Tottenham. Yeah.
and yeah, you won the final.
Hmm.
So basically, I see this team at that level, the beginning of that season for you guys.
Yeah.
So there is a young team.
Hmm.
They want to win. They want to show to the opposition that there is a value there, and they fight. They put a high press, high defensive line, and we don't have stars, or at least Ibrahimovic is a star, but he's a 4 years old man at the end of the thing. So as much as he can be a star, his name is a star, but he has some limit physically talking.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of youngsters that want to show up. You guys now are more stable. You have back Van Dijk.
Hmm.
You've been unlucky the previous season because Van Dijk got injured. You couldn't, and an empty Anfield is it's a problem for Liverpool. Always a problem for Liverpool. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's true.
Are
Because
you?
with us, it's like the fans and us are one in it. So
Yeah,
if we have no fans, the last season's performance you will get on a regular basis. Like some players can play for the fans, and some players struggle. Sorry, some players can play when the fans are there, but when the fans are not there, they struggle. Like Firmino, Mane, they wasn't themselves for a while. Now they're slowly coming back. Obviously, Mane scored today, and Firmino obviously scored against Norwich in the first game of the season. But that's how it is with Liverpool, as you know, with the crowd. We're a force. Without the crowd, we are nothing. And I could see, like now, like on Wednesday, we're playing AC Milan, the unknown team that we don't know how they're gonna perform against us. We're gonna have to like try to find you out in the beginning, see how you play, what's your weakness, what's your strengths, and then try to attack the weakness the most, and then we'll see where we go from there. With our team. Currently, yes, everybody is back. Van Dijk is back. Matip is back, and Robertson is back. Fabinho and obviously Thiago. All the top players are back, but it will take us time to to be the Liverpool that we know because majority of our time we had the same system, the same players, and now we're slightly trying to change it with quality, with Thiago, with Ronaldo, and see what we could do different to previous season. Are we going to be more creative this time, or are we going to be more like a team? Everybody just drops deep, and then they hit us on a counter attack and try to get a goal that way. But that's what worries me. Like you just said about the deep line defending. When we face teams like that, we struggle, and I've got to be honest about that.
Everyone struggles. Even Barcelona struggles when it gets a team. The Barcelona of Messi, Neymar, and Suarez were struggling with that. But I want to go back to this question. Alisson and Firmino, are they back to play? What is that issue they had with UEFA about not going with the national team? Is everything clear at the moment?
They
Who
play
is
today.
playing?
Alisson and Fabinho play today. They've played. The FA made sure that we don't get involved in tit for tat with Brazil. You know what I mean? Don't forget Brazil is red listed country. So if it's red listed, you can't let players go to those kind of countries. I know they want the players to go down there just to represent them, even if they didn't play. That's what they were upset about. But by law, by the world law at the moment, if there's a red listed country, you can't go. Let's just be honest here. We can't even go on holidays ourselves to red listed countries, can we? So you can't really tell your players to go down there and catch COVID and come back and infect everyone else in the club. Listen, they played pretty well today. We had our moments against Leeds, and Leeds had their moments, but 3-0 was a fair result, and they had a man sent off as well, Pascal. It was a deserved win, but the most unfortunate thing is Mr. Harvey Elliott getting a broken leg. When this is his coming season, the season he's supposed to show the world what he's all about. Now he's going to be probably out for the season as well.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me offline that the fact he was a youngster, so it's such an unfortunate situation. It's not nice to whoever it is. It's always bad to see somebody career stop for such a bad injury. I want to ask you a question. So in Champions League, these players are going to be available. They're not going to be punished. So Liverpool has 100% the squad apart from this injury they had at the last minute. Yeah. So what is the starting 11 in your opinion against AC Milan at Anfield Wednesday?
I think I'll put it up already today. I could see Alisson in goal. Obviously, Matip and Van Dijk are the mainstay at the back. Yeah. Even though we bought Konate is going to take time. You know what Klopp does? He takes time with players to bed in. You know what I mean? He tells them to watch it from the bench, see what the attackers do in the Premier League, in the Champions League, and then you could build a partnership at the back and understand each other how it works. So that's what he's telling Konate to do at the moment. But Matip, to me, Matip and Van Dijk are the first choice. Gomez obviously is there as well, but he could play right back as well. But yeah, it's going to be Matip, Gomez at the back with Trent and Robertson. It's going to be Fabinho just in front of the defense. It's going to be Henderson and Thiago, and the front three obviously Jota, Mane and Salah. That's the starting lineup for me anyway. But he wanted to give a chance to young Harvey Elliott to play more games to understand how the team works, but that's not going to happen now. I think it's going to be more experienced players going forward from the AC Milan game.
Oh my God, there is some comments. People are saying Liverpool is going down at home. Liverpool is going to win 2-1. So it's people are optimistic, whatever side they are. They support AC Milan or Liverpool, they're optimistic. I'm pretty sure. One thing for sure is going to happen. It's going to be an amazing game. It's going to be attack. Yeah. Both of the team are going to attack. So it's going to be fun. Oh, Kangu. What a Manchester United fan. 7-1.
So what? So with you guys, how what is your style? How do you play? Like, what do we expect from you guys? I know there's young players with old players and all that, but what do you offer? That's what I want to know.
I'll tell you, but don't say anything to Klopp, okay? I'll give you all the secrets of the team.
I'll go as far as knowing cheeky Klopp. That's it. You know the one who play outside the stadium. That's as far as I know Klopp.
Nah, listen, Klopp knows already how we play. I'm sure he's been studying since the moment he saw AC Milan on the draw. He's been watching all our games, or at least the recent game. So for sure he knows what we're playing. But we play usually with Mike Maignan, which is a French goalkeeper coming from Lille. He won the Ligue 1 last year.
Yeah, with Lille, yeah.
Yeah, we got him because Donnarumma didn't renew. On the right,
What's
we
happened
have
with that? What's happened with that Ari? Like,
just
what's
a
happened
just
with the?
a just a son of a bitch, man. What you can say? He just left for free. We gave him a lot of money. He
Uh huh.
didn't accept it. He wanted to go to PSG.
Wow.
Same things. Well, you cannot do anything about that. So
No, you can't.
fair enough. So as I was saying to you, we are in the position right now that we don't have a lot of money to convince people to stay for
Mhm.
money. The
Mhm.
only way we can do is raise the glamour, the prestige of the team and the club, win trophies, so players wants to stay. That is the only thing. On the right we have Calabria, which is our captain,
Mhm.
right back. In the middle, probably is going to play Kier, the captain of Denmark, and Tomori, ex-Chelsea football player,
Mhm.
and probably is going to be one of the starters of the English national team
How's he
in the
doing, mate?
future.
How's he doing up there? I know
Uh,
there's a few English players playing in Serie A now. How they doing up there? There's one at
Tomori
Roma,
is
innit?
doing
Yeah.
really well. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
Tomori is doing really well. He's an incredible player. I mean, Maldini, Pioli, the manager, they are praising him.
Mm.
He's performing incredibly. On the left, we have Theo Hernandez,
Mhm.
French national team. In the middle, probably, in my opinion, is going to be or Kessi Tonali or Kessi Benacer.
Wow.
Uh, Tonali is under 21 Italy.
Mhm.
Benacer and Kessi are Ivory Coast and Algeria.
Yeah,
They are all
I've heard
starter.
of Cassie. It looks pretty. Actually, I watched him last season against Man United when you guys were facing them. He looks pretty impressive. He looks like a powerful midfielder. That's gonna go a long way. A lot of interest is gonna be shown to him, I think, mate.
Yeah, his contract runs out in 12 months, even less. So probably Liverpool is going to be one of the teams that's going to try to convince him to sign for them.
Yeah.
There
Oh.
is a few chances he's going to renew his contract with us. So
Mhm.
fair enough. What we can do. On the left, attacking because it's a 4-2-3-1 our formation. So on the left, we're gonna have Rafael Leao. He scored a goal today, and on the right, Selemaker,
Mhm.
Belgian national team, 21 years old, 22. As a number 10, Brahim Diaz, ex Man City and Real Madrid.
Okay.
He's a youngster, 22 years old or 21 years old. And as a striker, the question is a big question mark because we have Giroud that is healthy, but we don't know if he's fit because he had COVID.
Mhm.
So I don't know if he's gonna start. He has a few training. He started to train yesterday,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Ibra is going close to be match fit. He played 20 minutes today. Ibra, half an hour today.
What's happened to him? What was he off?
He had an injury at the end of the last season,
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
so now he's fully fit. But as I say, the age is 4 years old, so it takes time.
Mhm.
And Rebic is a solution as a striker
Oh,
as
is that the
well.
Croatian player, isn't it? The one who played
Yeah,
in the Euros and that. Okay.
yeah, and the World Cup as well 4 years ago, I think. So the striker is a big question mark recently
Mhm.
because the question is, are we going to play a not fully fit Ibrahimovic, which is going to be really hard to fight for him against Van Dijk
Mhm.
because Van Dijk is way younger than him. But on the other side, Ibrahimovic has a reputation, so he can. I'm not saying intimidate Van Dijk, but he's going to be a bit. Van Dijk is going to think a bit more if he has Ibrahimovic against or another one.
Yeah.
If you put Rebic, you can have more a guy that runs more, moves more, but no chance he can compete with Van Dijk on a 1v1 or physical, a duel or aerial duel. Or you can go for Giroud, risk him. Maybe
Mhm.
he's been fit enough with few training, and he knows the Premier League,
Yeah.
so he has that
As
advantage.
Ibrahimovic as well. He obviously played for Man United for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a taste of the Premier League, but Giroud
Mhm.
had like basically an entire career in Premier
Yeah.
League. I think he
Arsenal and
played.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, he played almost 10 years in Premier League. I don't
Mhm.
want to say something wrong.
Mhm.
So there is a lot of options, but at the end, it's all about what you put on the pitch. It's not your name. So if you put
Exactly.
the hard work, you can handle the game. I, I don't see us winning or upsetting Liverpool, but we can manage a draw,
Mhm.
especially if Jurgen Klopp underestimate us and put
Mhm.
some second choices in the pitch
Oh,
to rest
which he
to
does
rest.
sometimes, by the way. He does that a lot of times.
Exactly, I know that, and I was telling the guys in the chat the other time, if Jurgen Klopp underestimate, or rightly so, thinks a second choice can actually handle AC Milan because he wants to win in Premier League the next game.
Yeah,
So he's gonna make some decisions like this. Maybe a Keita in the midfield, or a Thiago in the midfield, or even an Origi starting as a
yeah,
striker. That can help us a lot. Or even saying Van Dijk had a bad injury, so let's put a Konate this time to play against 4 years old Ibra. I think he can
yeah,
manage that. If
yeah.
he starts to things like this, we have a chance. We have a chance to draw or to get to upset Anfield. But that is the beauty of football. We never know. Let's see. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
I want to ask you a question.
Go on, bro.
Uh, about our group, who do you think is going to go through? And you can say AC Milan doesn't go through, because I heard a comment saying
Uh-huh.
that is the death group. Let me find it. It's up here, I think. Yeah. Any prediction about the group? What do you think?
You know, it's hard to say. I'll tell you why. Porto done pretty well last season. Remember, and
Yeah. Yeah.
Juventus, and that they knocked out Juventus. People underestimated them. It's gonna be tough. Obviously, everybody's saying Atletico and Liverpool is gonna go through, but
Yeah.
you got to look at it from other angles as well. We struggle against Atletico, and we always beat Porto, but sometimes when we face them at home, they play that deep line defending and they try to get a result as well. I think last time we faced them at Anfield, we drew 0-0 or something like that. So
Ooh.
it's not gonna be easy group, but it's gonna keep everyone awake. So everyone has to be in top form. That's how this group is gonna be. We have to. Now, normally we get an easy group in the Champions League, and then we sleep, we wake up, we sleep, we put weaker players on there. We draw games, we lose games, and then we try to come back at the end. But we can't do that in this group, because one slip, like one or two slips, can take you out the group completely. That's what worries me about this group. And like, as you said, who's gonna be going through? I don't know much about Atletico because so the Spanish league don't come on TV anymore, so I don't know what they're doing. Obviously, they're the champions, they're reigning champions in Spain, but what do they offer outside that? You know what I mean? Have they improved this season? Have they improved the squad? I don't know, because Spanish league is struggling at the moment with that Messi. You know what I mean? They got rid of Messi, and it's not appealing anymore. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it that way. I think everybody in this group, can I be honest? Everyone in this group has got a chance. It depends who's going to be on form on a regular. My favorite two, obviously, is Atletico and Liverpool, but you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you guys can just blow teams away without even like. The reason I say that is because you're unknown. We don't know what to see, like what we expect from you guys. We know what we expect from Atletico. We know what to expect from Porto, but AC Milan, you're just unknown team that nobody knows about, and you could actually shock everyone in the Champions League. So yeah, my favorite two is Atletico and Liverpool, but anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen in this group.
I think if Atletico doesn't win with Porto, we go through. We and Liverpool,
You think
Milan and
so?
Liverpool. Yeah. Because Atletico, if they don't win against Porto, they are forced to win against Liverpool and us.
Yeah,
So if they're forced to win, they are forced to attack, and not sitting deep that is gonna force them to leave some space for Liverpool and AC Milan, and they're gonna get punished.
yeah.
Plus, you guys struggled with Atletico the previous year with an empty Anfield now, if I'm not
No,
wrong.
no, no, no. Fans there, fans
Ah,
there.
fans.
That was the
Okay.
start. That was the start of the pandemic as well.
Oh, okay. The start of.
Everybody was asking, why did we play this game? But it had to be played because everyone was there. That was the start of the pandemic. Nobody knew how bad this virus was gonna be. So
Yeah.
we decided to play it. The fans were there, and we went ahead. And then for some reason or another, we just fell apart when Adrian kicked the ball out to one of the Atletico strikers, and they scored a goal. And then we went to extra time, and they beat us in extra time, fair and square.
Yeah, no, no, no. I want to ask you a question. What do you think is your weakness and your strength of this Liverpool going for this game or the Champions League run anyway?
Um,
I'm not saying anything to Pioli. Don't worry. I'm
Nah.
listening.
Weakness at the moment is the squad is very thin, very, 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 very thin, and a lot of our. If you look at chat shows on LFC Reds Forever, we had a nice chat show last Tuesday. It was brilliant, and everybody was just sharing their concerns about our team, and it was pretty much the same thing. Like the problem with us is in the last 4 years, we pretty much use the same squad. We've never changed. I mean, we've got Thiago and Jota, yes. But what has changed other than that? It's just the same way we're playing as when Ronaldo and all them were there before that, and Lallana and all these guys. But what I was looking for this season is to get an out-and-out striker like an Ibrahimovic or someone like who could score goals on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Yes, Salah scores a lot of goals, but it's not decisive goals, if you know what I mean. Like the first one and the last one to win a game, it's not always like that. That's what you need a striker for. If you look at us last season against Real Madrid, even though we played well in the second game at Anfield, we didn't have a striker. So we had a
Yeah,
lot of chances, we couldn't score a goal. You know what I mean? Even the first game we just showed them too much respect and they just dominated us and bullied us off the pitch and they won that game. But the second game, we could have won it if we had an out and out striker. We need an out and out striker in order for us to progress even further than what we are. The reason Liverpool are struggling at the moment is because we're playing the same formation, the same players, and then we expect them to do the same thing as before. But our rivals are getting stronger at the same time. You know what I mean? When you're in a position of strength, when you're in a position of power, you got a strength. You got to put more power into that for your rivals not to catch up. It was just Aston City before. Now they got Chelsea and they got Man United coming through, and it's frightening, man, because we're standing still while all these teams are improving their squad, and we still play the same old way as we did before. Hopefully, it will work out. We've got our centre backs back like Van Dijk and Matip and Gomez. Hopefully, it will work out. But I can see us like more in this season struggling against teams than ever before, because don't forget they had the horrific injuries. Van Dijk had an ACL. Everybody knows ACLs are not a joke. That takes a long, long time for you to get back to where you were. And he's 30 years old, so his bones ain't gonna be like getting to speed like when he was about 22 or 23. You know what I mean? So that will take him time. Gomez is young
yeah,
enough, and he will get better eventually. And Matip is a middle class. We don't know if he's gonna play tomorrow. If he's gonna, what I mean, that's how. If he's gonna play, if he's not gonna play, it's all over the place with Matip at the moment. But listen, we just have to wait and see how the squad is going to go. Klopp actually trusts them. He thinks that we're going to do well with this team. He likes a small squad. He doesn't like a big squad. I don't know if you ever heard about that about Klopp. He doesn't really like stretch squad
yeah. It,
like
it
what
doesn't
Chelsea.
like to change a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, so he just likes it the way it is, and he just said we go this way, and we got our success in the past. So let's see what happens during the season. So that's how I see it, mate. We haven't got the biggest squad, but we've got effective players at certain times of the games.
yeah, yeah. You have basically 11 world class or anyway top
Yeah,
level players,
yeah, yeah.
and after that, the gap who comes in it's too big. So you cannot substitute Salah during the game and
Nope.
put a guy that actually can keep that intensity.
Yeah.
Or the same with Mane or even Trent Alexander-Arnold. You want to have another choice, a guy that actually defend more and is a different type of game. You don't have that because you
No.
have Trent that is actually
If
so good
Trent,
attacking, and that's the thing.
yeah, if Trent gets injured or we have to play Gomez. Gomez is a different kind of player. He's a centre back that plays right back. He offers a lot. He's speedy, he's powerful, but the final balls like Trent does, like Trent creates
Yeah,
goals. Trent creates goals every game. He just created one today for Salah, so it shows that this boy is out of this world. Yes, he might not be the best defender in the world, but he's effective. That's what's important. You know what I mean? Look at Cafu
yeah,
for you guys. Cafu wasn't the
yeah,
best defender in the world, but he was effective in games. That's what you need. You know what I mean? If you got centre backs like Matip and Van Dijk that could cover for him. Last season we struggled because we didn't have them. We had to play Fabinho and Henderson at the back, our midfielders at the back. So we was conceding a lot of goals and he was exposed. But now we've got the mainstay at the back, like with these two. We've kept 3 clean sheets and conceded 1 all season. That's how effective it is now.
No, no, it makes a. To be fair, a type of defender like Trent, you want it in that way. You want him to be not incredible defensively, but deadly when he goes forward. Because
Yeah.
Dani Alves was like this, Cafu was like this, and so why not? You just accept that, and you put maybe somebody that is more defensive on the other side.
Yes.
But your problem is that even Robertson attacks pretty well.
Yeah.
So sometimes you guys have all the 2 fullbacks
Yeah.
on the same line with Salah and Mane, and that is a pretty, I would say, dangerous for Van Dijk and Matip.
Yeah. But
It's quite dangerous.
The thing is, Ari, if they didn't have pace, it is dangerous. But those two can run. You know what I mean? They can face any. Like, have you ever seen Van Dijk versus Mbappe in a race for Holland and France?
Yeah, I've
He
seen
took him
it.
out.
Insane.
He took him out. You know what I mean? Van Dijk has pace. Van Dijk can run. So can Matip. Matip is underestimated with his pace. He can actually run. Now we've got Konate, another speedy centre back, and we've got Gomez. Everybody knows he's a speedy centre back anyway. So the centre backs ain't an issue. Like I said, we kept clean sheets in the last few games, and apart from the Chelsea game, which was 1-1, it shows that if you've got quality around you, you've got more of a chance of doing what you normally do in the team. Last season he got criticised. I think they even said like he shouldn't play in the England team. Remember, they said he shouldn't be in the England team playing in this team because he's not good defensively. It's because he's been exposed. You know what I mean? He's playing with Fabinho and Henderson and Reece Williams and Phillips. You know what I mean? Players that don't normally play in the centre back positions for Liverpool Football Club. But now he's more confident now and he's back to his normality.
And let's be honest, I'm not a big fan of England manager. To be honest, he plays too defensive. Guy Southgate, with the squad he has, he should be like attacking and attacking. He should play like Klopp or Guardiola plays. He should dominate the game, but he's just too scared. So that's why players like Trent Alexander-Arnold are never gonna fit for him, because they go forward. They want to attack.
Ari, if he was an English, bro, what would you say about him? Like, how highly would you rate him? Like, how highly would you rate him if he? Because forget
Trent
about
Alexander.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's for me he's one of the best. He's probably the best on that position at the moment, in my opinion. Because if I'm building a team, I like. By the way, I really like Calabria, our right back. I think. First of all, he's our captain. He loves the shirt. He's in love with the club. So I love him for what he represents, what is the type of player he is, you know. But if I want to build a team, like let's say PSG, him or Hakimi are the 2 I will choose. Yeah. These are the 2 choices in the world. I'm talking about the world. So these are the top. And Hakimi does the same game. Trent has a better cross and a better long pass. Hakimi has a better probably dribble, and he probably is a bit faster and a bit tougher as a player. And tactically, he learned a lot in Italy, in Germany. He traveled a lot. He played with Real Madrid, with Borussia Dortmund, with Inter, and now PSG. So he learned a lot tactically. He had a lot of different coaches. Trent is young. He has pace, technical, vision, cross. Defensively, you want him to improve, send him to AC Milan. That's the only thing. But if I was a manager, I would put him more forward. I would play a 3-5-2 formation,
like a wing back.
Exactly. So he can do whatever he wants because he knows he has three center backs that are gonna cover him in any situation, plus the midfielder that covers him as well. And with a 4-3-3, he kind of get exposed defensively, and it's not his fault. You cannot be a machine attacking the way he's attacking and always be perfect defensively. Is human, is
But
human,
people, yeah, you just hit the nail on the head, my brother. You got to think about him, like in the modern football, it's not like yesterday's football. Wingers don't come back and help you out. Do you remember we used to have wingers with the fullbacks? That don't happen
Yeah,
anymore. Yes, on the left side, Robertson and Mane are strong because Mane likes to get back and defend. Salah will never get back for you, man. He stays up
exactly.
front. He gets the goals and people need to understand is Trent. Yes, sometimes he can be suspicious of his defensive side. I understand what people are saying, but what you need to understand as well is he's doubled up on the left side. On the left side, obviously, of the other team, he's always doubled up on. So he's facing two players. How can you defend against two players, Ari? Tell me that. Like that's impossible. Us unhumanly, you know what I mean? Unless you have powerful powers to stop two players coming towards you. That's the problem he has. Salah doesn't track back, so you're gonna face two players coming towards you. So which
Yeah.
which will like limit your defensive side.
No, no, it's I think is the formation that is not helping a lot Trent at the moment, and his teammate are not understanding that he actually needs some help when he
Yeah.
has to defend. Some people say I wouldn't trade Calabria for Trent or Hakimi. I understand. I mean, Calabria, you're going to see Calabria at
Yeah.
Anfield. He's a proper fullback. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
classic Italian fullback. He defends, is tough, fights at every ball, good feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the pace of Hakimi and Trent Alexander-Arnold or the technique on
It's all about
crossing and
him.
but his mentality, man, he's like those type of players are kind of like Zanetti, who used to play for Inter. So a
Oh.
fighting player, somebody that fights at every ball, and he's a leader and he's young still, so he's a different fullback.
Yeah.
On the other side, we have Theo Hernandez, which is similar to Trent Alexander-Arnold on the left.
Swiss international. Yeah. Yeah. I remember
He's
him.
a French
Oh. Oh.
international.
What happened to the Switzerland player you had? I think it was. Is it Hernandez?
No, he's gone, man. He's
Oh.
gone. He's still
Oh.
alive, but not
Not with you
in
guys.
similar. No, Theo Hernandez is a French national team. He had his first game with the French
Is
national
he the
team.
one from Bayern Munich? Is it him or?
No, that is the brother.
Oh, okay. I get you.
He's similar to Trent Alexander-Arnold, but on the left side. He's really fast, dribbles, crosses, goals. He had like, I don't want to say something wrong, 6 or 7 goals last season,
Wow.
and 6 or 7 assists, something like that, and all super goals, all like bangers, not like and important goals. So, but he's lacking on defense. Like Trent, he's suffering a bit more on defense because he gives a lot on the, and we accept that. Our manager accepts that and tries to cover that,
Yeah.
giving balance to the team, putting a more defensive midfielder on that side, and putting more. So you can have that. You just need to understand and cover that thing. I would say if I was the manager of AC Milan, I would try to punish Liverpool on that side, on Trent and Robertson side. So I will play the ball wide and force Trent and Robertson to make a mistake and put pace on that wing. So Selemakers has space, Leao has space. So put those two players in a difficult position, so the midfielder, the attacker, can have space and be dangerous, and the number 10 Diaz as well. Because you cannot win against Van Dijk, in my opinion. You cannot build your game giving the ball to the striker.
He's too powerful, man. He's too powerful.
Yeah.
That guy.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah,
But let's see.
you're 100% right, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's play a game.
Go on, bro.
Oh, Lucas, who is this guy? You're too late, man. You just watch the recording, man, later. But follow his channel. He's a Liverpool fan, and you're gonna see. So, first of all, you're gonna do some interviews at Anfield on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're gonna be there, bro. So please, we're gonna meet up. We're gonna exchange in a way before we're gonna see you tomorrow as well. So it's all good. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff. Me and my mate Laser.
Okay.
It's a new channel, so we're gonna try to get as big as possible. This is our thing now. We want to do it on a regular basis.
That's good. That's good. So happy to do an interview at Anfield with all the Milan club from London. We're coming.
Yes.
500 people. I don't know if you're gonna make noise because we are not the Curva Sud. We are not the the core supporters, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try to make some noise,
Nice
and
one, bro.
let's see. Let's play a game.
Go on, bro.
I know you don't know a lot about the current AC Milan team,
Hmm.
but I'm sure you know about the last 20, 30 years of AC Milan
Of
and all the
course,
historical
man.
game. So let's do a combined 11 Liverpool AC Milan of the last 30 years, let's say.
Whew.
So
Oh, I think there's gonna be more AC Milan than Liverpool in the last 30 years, man. Because we
nah,
was awful. We was awful, mate.
don't be so hard. First of all, imagine having a center back Van Dijk Nesta.
Yeah.
That is not bad at all, I would say.
Well, Maldini and Van Dijk together, that would be like a force, man. It's like powerful. It would be like Avengers, mate.
That would be interesting. But let's start from the goalkeeper.
Oh,
You're
mate.
happy to choose. You can even put all Liverpool players if you're
What,
so in
current
love with
current
your
Liverpool
club.
players. Current
Even
Liverpool.
current, yeah, even current Liverpool players. Or you don't wanna put the
Listen,
current Liverpool. Let's
Allison.
put the. You know what?
Hmm?
Your current Liverpool players, they won a Champions League and a league, so I
Yeah,
think they go in the history of the club.
yeah.
So you can go for it, man. No worries.
Okay, goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Listen, he's to me he's the best goal right now. I'm not gonna go away from that. I think he's outstanding.
Alisson. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll put Alisson as well, man. I'll put Alisson. We had a great Dida that helped us to win the Champions League against Juventus, and
Yeah.
and save a lot of penalty kick. But Dida never been consistent for
He
the
never
entire
progressed.
career.
He never progressed from his position. That's the problem with Dida. Even that
Yeah,
final in '05, he should have saved that Smith goal. He should have saved that. You know what I mean? The one that was going
yeah.
to his right. And the penalty as well should have at least tapped it away somewhere. Alonso couldn't get it as
The
well.
the header, the header,
And
the
the
header.
header,
You
all
should.
three goals actually, all three goals. A
Yeah,
good goalkeeper
they
would have done more
one of them he
effort.
could have saved. One of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I wouldn't blame him for the penalty because at the end he saved the penalty, but the tap in he cannot really do a
Hmm.
lot. But the
Yeah,
header he could have saved the header. So
yeah.
I think Alisson overall is a better goalkeeper and he's performing at a high level. On the
Yeah.
right, who you put on the right?
Nah, you could go, mate. It's your turn. It's your turn. You want
Oh,
me to
it's not that.
go? Oh, it's your turn. It's one to go each in it. So yeah.
I put a. Oh, you know what? You do your first, and I'll do mine after. Okay, go for it. Alisson, the goalkeeper. So right.
Yeah. I'm gonna put obviously Trent, man. I think he's the
Yeah.
best right back in world football, and even goalkeeper. Your Rossi. You forgot about Rossi. How good
Yeah.
he was.
Rossi was
I
a
liked
crazy
him.
crazy guy. Was
Big guy.
crazy.
He was a big guy, man. But yeah, he was. But he won the Champions League, didn't he? A couple of times. I think it's a couple of times with Capello. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
won Champions League. He won Serie A titles. I mean,
Hmm.
he was a great goalkeeper, but he never been the starter with the national
National
team.
team. Yeah.
We never. So, but he was good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put Trent obviously in the right back position. Maybe the practice the back four is just Liverpool for me, man. I can't midfield. I could like look at different people, but the back four, it's just the Liverpool players, man. I don't know
Who
what
are
you
the
think.
Liverpool? Who you put in before Maldini and
Oh,
Baresi?
Maldini. Oh, damn. Yo, sorry. I forgot it was the greatest team. So, yeah. So, I'll put Trent as a right back and I'll put Baresi, Van Dijk, and Maldini at the back. That's it.
Not
But
bad.
Cafu maybe, you know what I mean? But
No,
Trent,
Trent is
Trent,
better.
Trent offers more with the balls going in the box. You know what I mean? We could cause damage in the dream team with Trent.
Listen, some people are complaining about Cafu Trent. I want to say something.
Mm.
Cafu, the AC Milan Cafu, was a good player, but was at the end of his career. So Trent, I would put Trent as well, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because the Liverpool Trent at his peak is an incredible player.
Yeah,
The Cafu
but
came at the end of his
hmm
career. He came at the age of 33, if I'm not wrong,
yeah. I
32,
can't.
something like that.
I liked Costa Curta as well. Costa Curta was a good defender. I liked him as well. I
Yeah.
could have put, but you can't take it away Van Dijk, man. You got to put him in there.
No, no, Van Dijk is a good
Yeah.
defender. And we need to give some credit to the new players, the ones that are coming right now.
I
It's
don't. You just hit the nail on the head, bro. Like, not many people give them credit. Not many people actually give them credit
yeah,
for what they do. They still underestimate them like they're small players. But if you're
yeah,
competing with Messi and Ronaldo for Ballon d'Or, and everybody says you deserve to win the Ballon d'Or when he competed with them, like, how many players can say that I competed with Ballon d'Or with Messi and Ronaldo at their peak? There you go, man. He done that. He actually done that. Yeah, but yeah, Baresi you got to put in. Costa Curta maybe in a bench, because I liked Costa Curta, especially for Italy as well in 1994 World Cup. Yeah. Baresi, Maldini and Van Dijk and Trent. I say you got Panucci as well. Don't forget Panucci was a good right back in the 90s as well. But
yeah. It was a
He
good
went
right
to
back.
Real Madrid, didn't he? He went to Real Madrid afterwards.
Yeah, he
So.
went to Real Madrid, to Roma. He did a lot of teams. So
Mhm.
yeah, he's we always gonna remember him as a AC Milan player, but he's not
Mhm.
like a legend of AC Milan.
Nah.
And Cafu, guys, I want to say something. Cafu did amazingly with AC Milan. He always gonna be in my heart, but he's not an AC Milan legend. Cafu is
Nesta.
always gonna be. Nah, for me, no. He played like
Nesta
five,
was
six.
more of a Lazio player. You know what I mean? Nesta came
No,
at the
no.
end. Yeah.
Nesta came at his
Was that his best?
24, 25 years
Oh,
old.
okay.
He came quite young. In the midfield, so midfield three.
That's gonna be tough, bro. I think.
Of course, you're gonna put Jared. You cannot put Jared from
Uh,
your side, at least.
I think that's the only one I could put, mate. You know what I mean? You've got Kaká and all these other players in there. You know what I mean? And you had Baggio as well one time. You know what I mean? I don't know if Baggio was his best. It was after the '94 World Cup. You know what I mean? And he got severe. He's always had that. People don't even know with Baggio. Yeah, Baggio won the Ballon d'Or with one knee.
Yeah,
No, nobody
that's true.
knows. Like, look, that's how of a great player that guy is. One knee, the guy has won the Ballon d'Or. That's how good the player is. Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
true.
I'll put Gerrard, but you could choose the rest, man. I don't know what else I could put on there, mate.
No, put your favorites. Put your favorites. Don't worry. No one is
Baggio,
getting offended.
I'll put obviously Gerrard, and I'll put Kaká.
You're gonna
And
put as a midfield.
uh, where else can we put him? If we play three in the middle, let's just put three in the middle, and then we could choose from there. So we
Okay.
could put Pio, Kaká, and Gerrard. That's what I choose. I mean, I know like not many people agree with me because there's a lot of players in the 90s that was good as well. But Pio, man, that guy is a legend, mate. What a
Yeah,
player!
yeah. And at the end, the choices we make is like more like what we fell in love, which player we fell in love. Of course, they are not horses. It's not a race
No,
that who comes first. Every player had his own thing, you know. So you cannot really decide who was the best or who is the best. You can just choose from your taste and stuff like that. So the three attackers, who are you going to choose?
that's gonna be the toughest one. Oh, oh man. When I was growing up, they had George Weah. You have to
Yeah,
put him in there. He won the Ballon d'Or. George Weah. Oh man, from Liverpool in the 90s, I loved Fowler, man. I really love Robbie Fowler. But Owen came to his own as well. But I got to put Suarez. Suarez was a killer. So was Fernando Torres. Yeah, I'll put Suarez.
you're not
Yeah.
allowed Fernando Torres because he played for us as well. So you're not allowed
Oh,
to put him. He did really bad for us, but
I'll choose Weah and Torre. Sorry, Suarez. But you could choose the last one, mate. I'll put Baggio because I love Baggio so much, mate. I'll
I
base
mean, you
my
get
when I was a kid, Baggio was my hero. You know what I mean? I love Baggio so much. I think he's the greatest Italian player that ever lived. I don't know what you think, but I think he's. I've
I
never
think the
seen a player
same.
like this. I've never
I
seen a
think
player like this. Go on, bro.
Baggio was bigger than Totti and Del Piero. Yeah, he was the biggest number 10 Italy had.
Every
He was.
Italian person I meet says the same thing, but not like from the. I think the home people like back home in Italy. I don't think that many people rate him as much as Del Piero and Totti. But Baggio,
Juven,
Go on.
Juventus supporters are always gonna say Del Piero,
Why though?
and
He plays for
Rome.
Juventus as well.
Yeah, but played just a little bit from Juventus,
Yeah, yeah.
just a few years. And Roma supporters always gonna say Totti, but the rest of the Italy always say it's Baggio, and it is. Baggio was amazing, and he was so unlucky he didn't win that World Cup against Brazil.
Yeah.
He missed the penalty, so there is a magical story behind. I like that.
It's the best story. I've seen the movie. There was a movie on Netflix about him.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Divine the Ponytail or something like that.
Yeah,
The guy actually looked like him as well. It just explained
yeah,
it explained a lot of stuff like how good he was, man, and And the way he had everything, mate. I've never seen a player. The goals he scored as well. I don't remember Totti and Del Piero scoring. Yes, maybe Del Piero now and again, but he was just outstanding. I've never seen a
Yeah.
player like this, man.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. I would say to keep it a bit more on the Liverpool side, I wouldn't
Hmm.
mind seeing Salah on the right, Suarez on the left, and Van Basten in the middle. That would be pretty interesting.
Van
Or
Basten.
Wea in the middle. That would be pretty interesting as a trio.
I don't think Van Basten played in the last 30 years. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he played before that. I think Van Basten played before that. 80s
Until
coming, yeah,
Oh yeah,
coming to
true.
into
At
the
the
90s.
early 90s, yeah,
Yeah,
until
yeah.
94,
I
96.
think, yeah, yeah. But yeah, listen. If you want to put Salah in there, by all means. But do you agree with the team, or do you want to put different?
No, I wanna put different just because,
Mhm,
for example, I'm gonna keep Trent. I'll
mhm.
keep Alisson, Trent on the right, Maldini on the left, and I'll put Nesta and Van Dijk together.
Not Baresi?
No,
Oh,
Baresi was bigger than Nesta. Baresi was bigger than Nesta. I know that, but I
yeah,
grew up watching Nesta,
Nesta. Yeah,
and I was in love with Nesta. Nesta had everything, in my opinion.
yeah.
He was good with the ball. He was fast, tackle, clever. I mean, he was basically just physically wasn't stronger like Van Dijk, but
Hmm.
still he was tough with the defense, with as a
Yeah.
defender, and he was amazing. I really liked Nesta. In the midfield of three, of course, I put Gerrard. I put Pirlo. No, I put Gerrard, Rijkaard, Seedorf.
Seedorf. Wow, ahead of
Yeah,
Pirlo.
yeah.
Yes,
I
that's.
put Seedorf. I put Seedorf, and as the trio in front, I'll go for. Oh my God, it's so hard. You know what? I'll go for Salah, Shevchenko, and oh man, it's so hard because Suarez or oh man, Gullit was amazing, but Gullit was the early 90s.
He was coming to the end of the career in the 90s. That's
Yeah,
why, yeah.
and Ibrahimovic as well, man. Is oh damn, it's so hard. And we yeah, you know what? I'll go Salah, Shevchenko, Kaká.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
I own Kaká a lot of things because Kaká gave us back that Champions League we lost against you guys. So it's always gonna be in my heart. I'm never gonna
It's a
forget
funny.
Kaká.
It was actually funny Champions League if you think about it, bro. Like the first one, you guys battered us,
Yeah,
absolutely from pillar to pillar, and then we won it somehow. I don't know how. Second one, we was the best team, and we bloody
yeah, the
lost it.
favorite one.
I can't
Yeah.
believe it. And Inzaghi just get those goals. Damn you, Inzaghi.
Inzaghi.
Yeah, it's good old
Oh my
times,
God.
man. Yeah, it's a good teams, bro. It's a good teams, like both. It's the thing is, bro. It's too many good players. That's the thing. You can't choose them all. You know what I mean? So it depends on the era. I'm on older era. You're the younger era. So you try to bring them all together. And listen, it's all good. Both teams they were amazing. I've always admired the leader Baresi at the back. He's a leader. That's what I liked about him. He might not be the greatest defender, but he had this leadership and aura around him that shows he's the main man on the pitch, if you know what I mean. And
Yeah, it
Maldini,
was a beast.
when I saw him face the original Ronaldo, like Ronaldo at his best, R9, and Ronaldo was struggling to get past him, that's when I said, this is the greatest defender I've ever seen in my life. Because I was a big fan of R9, and the way he that shielded him and not let him past him at like continuous basis showed how good Maldini is. And in the era, it doesn't matter how old he was still one of the best defenders in the world, man.
Yeah, I remember this historical picture of Ronaldo with the Brazil shirt and Cannavaro and Maldini going on him. I think that was, if you want to explain football, just show that picture. I think Ronaldo, the Brazilian, the real one, I think
Yeah.
was the peak of what a footballer can be.
Mate, let
You
me
know
say
what I
so,
mean? The highest
exactly.
level a
Exactly.
footballer can achieve. And
Exactly.
Maradona as well, I think in the World Cup he won. Probably
86.
was, yeah, Ronaldo and Maradona probably was the highest level of footballer
They
achieved
changed football,
in
bro.
a,
They changed. You know, all these colorful boots, all this stuff. It wouldn't
yeah,
happen if it wasn't for Ronaldo. You know what I mean? All this stuff.
exactly.
Your name on the boots and all that stuff. This guy has taken football to another level. But he's not. Listen, it doesn't matter who you support. Inter Milan, AC Milan, Liverpool, all that stuff. You admire great footballers. That guy was a. Even he plays for both teams, obviously AC Milan and Inter Milan. You can even he came at the end obviously to AC Milan, but
Yeah,
he changed the number 9 spot. Everybody used to brag about Van Basten and players like that. I have never seen in my lifetime defenders like Lilian Thuram, Marcel Desailly, Laurent Blanc, Lisa Razou. Have you seen that video when they're preparing for Ronaldo before the World Cup
yeah,
final? Like, how can these are the greatest defenders probably at their time. Nobody can get hardly past it, and they're preparing for what Ronaldo's going to do to them. But I mean, there you
yeah.
go. That's how good this guy was. I've never seen that with Messi. I've never seen that with Maradona. I've never seen that with Ronaldo. This Ronaldo, current Ronaldo either. Defenders, world class defenders, preparing for you, had to stop you. Ah man, come on. That guy changed football. He's the best, man. He's the best number 9 I've ever seen in my life, man.
He's insane. He was insane. And there is, I mean, the two injury he had, man. It's just, it's
It's
so
too.
sad.
He was too
It's
quick,
so
bro.
sad.
He was too quick for his own good, didn't it? So his legs were like all over the place, man. He was just too quick. He does too many dribbles, and you know, with him, brother, he was just powerful. That's what it was like. But you said about the injuries, those knees, the way they went, it ruined his career. It's after you can be honest, innit? It was after the first one that was it because it happened again, didn't it? After that,
No, no, I put a link here, and if anyone wants to jump in, ask a few questions about the game, about Liverpool,
go for it,
there is
brother.
no problem. And so we close it in 20 minutes. Man, is what about the Premier League, man? What are you telling us? What's going on in Premier League? What do you see coming? We have a friend
Hmm.
that is a YouTuber, a Manchester United fan, and we had like a talk about what's going to happen in the Premier League in his channel, like a kind of a rating about the Serie A and stuff like that. So, what do you think? What's going to happen to the Premier League? By the way, Nathan is here. Hi, Nathan. Is one of part of the family.
No worries,
And
brother.
if you have any question or if you want to criticize the merged 11, go ahead. But it's our choice. We are the manager. We choose the players. We want to face our opposition with these players. We take the risk.
I'm gonna be
Anyway,
as nice as I can.
Go
How
for it,
could you
brother.
have Salah when you
Me?
have Kaká? No, Larry.
Oh, oh.
oh, you having a problem with me? Okay.
You have Kaká.
I put
And
Kaká, by the way. I put Salah, Shevchenko, and Kaká. See, you're not listening.
They did put him in, mate.
okay,
Hundred
I
percent.
didn't hear you say. I didn't hear you say Kaká, but you also have Inzaghi too, our best Champions League goal scorer.
I understand. Inzaghi was the most unpredictable thing in my life, even more unpredictable than this pandemic. I mean, he scored goal. I never thought he's gonna score. He
And
scored a
then,
goal at the last minute against Ajax, and we won the Champions League against Juventus in 2 weeks. So he did something I never thought in my life. We didn't play in 2005, and we lost against Liverpool. He played in 2007. We won against Liverpool. So Inzaghi, I love Inzaghi. I think no one loves Inzaghi more than me.
and
But
then
imagine Salah, Shevchenko, and Kaká together.
no
What a
man, no.
what a
Salah wouldn't.
powerhouse!
He-
Inzaghi cannot play on the right, man. I know, I love him, but he cannot play on the right. So Sheva is gonna play in the middle, and Sheva with what Salah and Kaká can provide on assist wise, he can score a dozen of goals. A dozen of goals. So
Can I ask you,
Sheva is more than enough.
can I ask you guys a question? Do you think Sheva is better than George Weah
No, he's not better than
in his peak?
Joshua, but depending on the generation, how old you are, and what football you have watched, you choose the player you grow up.
Okay.
I actually grew. I saw George Weah. I was really young. I was 8 years old when I was playing football, and I loved him. And he was scoring against Juventus, against Inter. we were winning. We won the Serie A in 1999 with him. A really unpredictable Serie A. So I loved but Shevchenko for me was the guy that beat Juventus in Champions League final. So he's always gonna be there, and we won a league with him, and he was scoring goals in any way possible. He was, and he came at AC Milan really young, at the age of 20 years old. So he grew up with us, and the fact that he left us for Chelsea and he didn't succeed. I love that because if you leave from AC Milan, you're never gonna succeed. Just people need to know that you have to stay to AC Milan. So that's why, and the players Liverpool and AC Milan had in the last 30 years, the talent is so much that whatever you choose, you're always gonna get it wrong because you're gonna miss somebody else. You're gonna miss great players. So don't get upset with me, man.
and then.
It's not my fault. We had too many good players.
And then Gerrard over Pirlo or Seedorf?
I put Seedorf. I put Rijkaard, Seedorf, and Gerrard.
Oh, not for you. Not for you, Larry.
Me?
Yeah.
What did I put? Say that again.
He said Pirlo, Gerrard, and Kaká.
Yeah.
But Gerrard over Seedorf.
Yeah,
mate,
man, come on.
Do you know how good Gerrard?
Gerrard is his idol, man. He's his hero.
Not my idol. I'm John Barnes' era.
But anyway, it's
but
it's like
Gerrard,
saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
You cannot. I mean, there is a love behind the technical, the tactical, and the football in general. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting for a Liverpool fan to pick Seedorf. I mean, I love Seedorf, and I picked Seedorf, but a Liverpool fan always gonna pick Gerrard. Yeah. It's fair enough, you know what I mean?
Seedorf was a great player anyway for you guys at Real Madrid, etc. You know what I mean? He done great jobs, but you got to think about like Gerrard as well. If you haven't seen Gerrard play on a regular basis, then you don't know what we've seen. You know what I mean? I've seen Seedorf, I've seen him from AC Milan, I've seen him for Real Madrid. But Gerrard is a different kind of player. He can score long range. He could score from short range. He could do a long pass. He could do a short pass. He could do everything that a modern player that is different from different like the player. Let me put it this way. Seedorf, what was he? He was a player who had positional sense of the pitch, right? Like a number 10. That could get
he couldn't be a number 10 or a proper midfielder. Yeah, he was like kind of his approach was kind of Lampard.
Yeah, that's
what
I'm saying.
Player, you know what I mean?
But if you look at Gerrard, he was an all-rounder. He could do it all. It's not just one thing he's good at. He can do it all. He can do goal scoring. He could do passing. He could do defensive. You could put him in any position, even right back. He could play right back. That's how good he was. So he was an all-round player. That's why you got to pick a player like Gerrard. So when you're struggling in game, you could put him in any position, and he'll still be the best player in the pitch.
No, it's I understand. I mean, and you have to think historically, Gerrard kept alive this club, this Liverpool, in such a tough period.
Yeah.
If you think it, because thanks to Gerrard, he was a great captain. He kept this club and this team for at least all his career united to try to succeed. He almost won the league. He was so unlucky that season, and always kept the club and the team relevant in Premier League. And even in Europe as well, because players were choosing to go and play for Liverpool. And that was thanks to Gerrard, not to other players. But for a long period.
Let me ask your friend a question. What's his name? Sorry, what's his name again?
Nathan.
Nathan, have you ever watched Gerrard on a regular basis, mate?
Every weekend.
Yeah? And you still don't rate him, you don't rate him alongside Seedorf?
No, I don't.
I've read it.
What's the difference between them two, Nathan?
To me, Seedorf was a better overall midfielder. His ball control was better, and I like his vision and skills is also better.
Okay.
If it came to who's going to control the game, the tempo of the game, Seedorf is going to do that better.
You think so?
But you're being unfair now, Nathan, because
I'm not saying Gerrard cannot do it. I said Seedorf would do it better.
But listen to me. Seedorf played in Serie A, which is
Great.
controlling the
Don't
tempo.
forget the team he played in as well, mate. Don't forget
Exactly.
last. Yeah.
And he played in a league where controlling the tempo is key.
Yeah, but
Putting it
controlling
down,
the
bringing it
tempo is
up.
still key for today as well.
No, but Gerrard played in Premier League when keeping the high tempo is key.
And he
Being
can.
always 100%,
Yeah.
and he did that. He always was 100%. He was
Yep.
like a mad horse every
Man of the
time
match,
fighting.
man of the match more than he's not. Basically, man of the match probably every game. Probably every game man of the
Exactly.
match. I mean, that's how the high level he performed at. Obviously, the latter years he was struggling because he put all of his energy in the years past that. You know what I mean? When he reached 32, he calmed down a bit. But before that, he was just on fire, man. Scoring from long range, short range. It didn't really matter where he was on the pitch, he was going to score a goal. That's how good Gerrard was. I think he's underestimated. Yes, international football, he didn't play very well, but it depends on the system you play. If you play a different system to the one he's playing at his club, you're not going to perform like you should be, if you know what I mean, guys. But yeah, listen, Seedorf is a great player. I love Seedorf, but he can never control a game like Gerrard did. I'm sorry to say that, Nathan. I've never seen a person control. I've never seen Seedorf control a game like Gerrard does. And I watched football for years and years and years. And I watched the Gullit era. I watched the the Mardinis and all this stuff. But Gerrard, you can't underestimate Gerrard, mate. He was a great player, and he's always been in the top like world class like Champions League team all the time. He's always been around that. They never used to take him out of the Champions League starting. More or less, like he's always been around the starting lineup for Champions League like first 11. So he's always been around, mate. He's always been around, and he done for the teams he had, the terrible teams we had at Liverpool. He done pretty well, in my opinion.
No, he was a good player. I am a big fan of Seedorf. For me, he was my favorite midfielder of the Ancelotti era. He was my favorite midfielder, and that's why he always played with Ancelotti. When Kaká came, Rui Costa went to the bench, and Seedorf played. So he always played. But I completely understand if somebody picks Gerrard instead of Seedorf, because at the end of the thing, we are not talking about how can I say it, Maradona, Pelé, or Maradona, Salah. Seedorf is not the biggest midfielder of the world, so it makes sense. You can actually pick Gerrard and not Seedorf. It's not a crime, you know what I mean? It's completely normal. It's about taste. It's about taste.
Of course, Nathan.
And how you see football,
Yeah.
Because some people can say, you know what, I prefer Iniesta because I want to play in a different way. I don't want to play in a physical way.
Yeah.
Other people say, you know what, I prefer Yaya Touré because he was a beast and he was like killing it alone in the midfield. That no one is saying these are worse than Gerrard or better than Gerrard. It's just preference at the end.
It's like you said, in their time, they were the best. In their time, they were the best. That's what we're discussing. In their time, in the last 30 years, these players have performed in a high level, and they were the most important thing in players is the consistency level, isn't it? And Gerrard was always consistent until the latter years, obviously, when he turned to being a defensive midfielder. But listen, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not like these Liverpool fans that laud Gerrard as the greatest ever lived thing. But I know my football. That's the thing. You know what I mean? And I do put him in a high regard in the last 30 years for what he done for Liverpool.
It's a great player, man. He's one of the best midfielder ever played the game. Let's be honest. If you want to put a list of the 20 best midfielders in history, probably Gerrard goes in that list without any problem.
Yeah, just listen to Zidane's of this world, Maldini's of this world when they talk about him. Just listen to these legends when they talk about Gerrard. Then you know how good that player was.
I remember an interview of Pirlo saying that when he was playing football actually for AC Milan, Pirlo said, my favorite midfielder at the moment is Gerrard because he can do everything in the pitch. He's complete. And Pirlo played against Gerrard.
Yeah.
Saw him play in the pitch.
Yeah.
A lot of other players, Maldini praise a lot Gerrard. The way you can praise Lampard as well, or Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
Sometimes our chat or our channel is normal. They are Serie A focused, so
Yeah, of course.
they can tell you everything about Serie A and how good the players are playing Serie A. But don't underestimate players like Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Yaya Toure. These are players that they put the level of the game higher and higher.
Exactly. Let me ask Nathan a question. Like, if these guys want English, would people brag about them even more in the world? Do you guys think?
Yes.
He said if they were not English, would they be bragged about more?
Yeah.
Of course. 100%, bro.
Yeah.
If they were playing Italy the way they were playing in England, I guarantee you they will laud them, man.
Listen, if they were Brazilian, for example, if Gerrard was Brazilian or German or French, they will praise them a lot.
I don't think that type of comparison is going to work, only for the fact that if like you said, if they were Brazilian or German, their play style wouldn't have been the same. So in terms of like what nationality they were from, I wouldn't use that because at that time
I say that, Nathan. Sorry to interrupt, brother. I say that because a lot of people around the world don't rate English players to the high regards. That's how I grew up, and I know that. I know.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean. The early 2000 was like this.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking that question, because these guys have done their bits in the Champions League. Obviously, international level, England ain't great until recently. They've been doing all right, but you just got to look at at their clubs. They've won it all, and sometimes individually. Gerrard done it in individual base when he won his Champions League and all that stuff. It wasn't like to do with the team. That team, if you put them in any era, shouldn't have won that Champions League in 2005. They shouldn't, because those players.
Yeah, but that wasn't down to skill. That was down to goalkeeping errors.
Nah, but don't forget the way Gerrard did pull them out as well, mate.
Yeah, but that's down to errors. That's not like Gerard's putting shots in the upper 90s.
You can't say that.
No.
Yes,
Nathan.
Yes, it is. If Dida makes a better save on the penalty, then it doesn't happen. And you're not.
But you could say both ways. You could say both ways. What about the errors that you guys scored from as well? You could say that if you're talking about errors, you know what I mean? Because
there is defensive errors on the other side from Liverpool.
Yeah, but at that time, Milan was already superior. Regardless.
No, I don't want to listen. I don't want to go on that team on that game because at the end of the thing, everyone thought Milan was going to win it. Yep. Of course, Liverpool won it. And at the end, football is that type of is the most beautiful sport in the world, because at the end, who wins deserve it. Even if he's lucky or he's not lucky, whatever the reason is, they always deserve it. Because at the end, I remember Gerrard in the 120 minutes covering on the right side to Serginho to defend the 3-3. I remember that, man. And I remember how much I hated because he was good at defending. And so I was there, man. I was completely in that game. And I remember how good he was defending and being a leader for his team, to bring his team that it was way weaker than AC Milan to the penalty kick, because he knew that with the penalty kick he couldn't get that Champions League. And that is leadership, that is talent, that is being a great player, a great football player. So you cannot deny that. Mistakes, Dida and stuff like that is a different
football player. But I'm not gonna rate him above someone who has been over his career better.
The career, but the career depends on a lot of things. Seedorf played for Real Madrid
because he was good enough.
Ajax
because he was good enough.
No, but
Ajax, he was born there. Ajax, he was born there.
Okay, but you
cannot say that.
And look at the players around him at Ajax, and look at the players around him.
Van der Sar,
Rijkaard.
It was a great generation.
Yeah, there you go.
Was like all the planet aligned, and he won the Champions League. Again, Real Madrid, great club. He won another Champions. He rightly so deserved to play for Real Madrid, but again, he played for a big team. On another side, he played for Inter and Sampdoria and didn't win shit. You know what I mean? And he came to AC Milan and he won a lot again. Yeah. So the club.
It depends on what club. Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. It depends what club you're at. And listen, if Gerrard left Liverpool and went to AC Milan and all this stuff,
and wins everything,
would you say the same thing?
Exactly.
if he came to AC Milan, he wouldn't be starting over Seedorf.
No,
Or
no, 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 no,
He
no, no,
wouldn't.
no. Don't.
Every
He
manager
wouldn't.
in his era
There's a
wanted
reason
him.
why EPL
But
players do not leave the league because they
No, no,
become
Nathan.
average
but
outside
no,
the league.
Nathan.
We
Every
no.
manager in his era wanted him. Ancelotti wanted him.
That's not true, Nathan. It's like
No,
That is true.
maybe
There's reason why these
maybe
guys don't leave.
no, 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 no. It's not that, man. It's not. First of all, we're talking about
Outside of being loyal to the club, because back then that's when loyalty was much higher.
yeah.
But the players who left EPL were not that good. They were not that good outside of England.
no, no.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
say
And
that
for
because
all the players, there were better players.
What
no,
players
no,
are you
it's
talking
not true.
about? What
It's
players
not
are you
true.
talking about? But what Nathan? What players are you talking about outside the EPL? What players?
Like players who came from outside the EPL.
Yeah. What players?
Okay,
That you're saying that's been terrible.
Beckham.
No,
Beckham.
didn't he win the, he
when
won?
Beckham went to Madrid.
Yeah.
Beckham, yes, his passing and free kicks is good,
Yeah.
but outside of that, it's just marketing. That's
Nah,
all it is.
You can't say that.
listen,
mate.
It is.
but you
That's all
cannot.
it is, just marketing.
Nathan, can I interrupt you
Oh
a
my
second?
God.
Sorry, because you cannot compare all the players of the Premier League because Beckham didn't
you just
perform
asked
like
me one part
Zidane.
of my answer. That's all I was doing.
No, no, I'll tell you easily that
And
Gerrard,
there's
if
reasons
you,
why all the foreign players that
but
go to the EPL
I
are
need to
always the
finish.
best
I
players.
need to finish. I need to
So
finish right now.
so if
I'll-
is Shevchenko crap then when he went to in general then he went to Chelsea and didn't do nothing? Is he crap? Then?
Exactly. That doesn't mean anything.
And you're adding
Nathan.
Shevchenko to the
usually
strike
when
force.
No,
when
what
the
about
best
Kaká
player-
failing with Real Madrid?
Yep.
Kaká failing with Real Madrid.
Kaká was already injury prone by that point and was
No, no,
declining.
No, you can't
Listen,
make
He
sense
was.
of that.
That's actually
You-
true. He was. He was.
No.
No,
He was.
listen.
No.
Kaká was
No.
injury prone and was already
No way,
declining.
Nathan. No way, mate.
And
No,
the only reason why
Nathan.
he even went to
No.
Madrid is because he didn't want to go to Manchester City, who was offering us 100 million.
No,
Otherwise,
Nathan.
he would have gone to City and said,
Nathan. Let me
You gotta
finish.
be fair, mate. You gotta be fair, mate.
Let me make it to you in a simple way. Let's say Manchester United buys Gerrard and not Carrick, and wins 2 Champions Leagues and I don't know how many Premier Leagues. Gerrard, on the eyes of other people, is a better player because they won trophies with Manchester United. But Gerrard is still the great player it is. He made the life choice he stay at Liverpool, and I really appreciate players that do that choice.
It's like
He stay at
Maldini.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
I prefer
like Maldini,
loyalty.
like Totti,
Yep.
Totti.
Yep.
Totti was at the level
Yeah.
of the biggest player,
Yep.
and choices to stay to Roma. He never won shit, basically.
Exactly.
And you cannot say that he's less talented than,
Then-
I don't know, Rooney
Rooney
or
or
less
something like that,
talented than anyone. Just name me a player because he won a lot. You cannot say he's less talented than Lampard because Lampard won everything and he didn't won what Lampard won. I still rate Totti as an amazing talent. For example, Ronaldo, the Brazilian, never won the Champions League.
Nope. Never won it. Is he crap?
And for me, is one of the best in that role. That's it. It's
He's the
simple
best
as
number
that.
9. He's the best number 9 that ever lived, in my opinion. I can't see anyone more better than Ronaldo as a number 9. Van Basten's come close, but can you? Who has ever? You say Pele was number 10 though. But Nathan, do you ever can you ever see anyone better than Ronaldo as a number 9? Who can you put on there?
El Fenomeno?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I agree that he's the best number 9.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
But you remember
Let's-
at that time when El Fenomeno, when he was at his best, do you remember we had more big teams than what we have today.
Yeah.
So it was much harder much harder back then to even get to the semifinals. Even Lyon was making Real Madrid get kicked out in the round of 16 every year. He might not have won the Champions League, but
he left his mark. He left his mark.
Messi was back then. Messi, remember how long it took Messi to score against old man Nesta? Had him in his back pocket all game. So I rate the goal scorers. Like the Ronaldo's now and Messi. Benzema, Lewandowski, Haaland. These guys are good goal scorers.
Yeah, of course.
But let's face it, the defenders now are for not just like one or two teams, but all the normal big teams, the normal big teams, the defending is nowhere close. So that's why they
I,
have all these goals.
I wanna close this because really there is an important game in 2 days. I just wanna say something that the who is a striker right now or a creative player right now has the luck that the game is changed in their favor. Defenders, they cannot touch players anymore. They cannot do tough challenges. So their career is going to be a 20 years career. So they have the chance to score a lot of more goals, get more fouls, and they are protected. Players like Ronaldo, Gerrard, Maldini, Maradona, they were getting beat every day. So their career was really hard to last long. But let's talk about the game, man. We have a game in 2 days, completely different players. What do you guys think? What's gonna happen? Do you think, Nathan, we have a chance? Because now you're upsetting my host here, man.
No, it's all fine. Again, it all comes down to how we view.
I was joking about it. He's our enemy, by the way.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, we
don't take it seriously.
We all view it as like a tactical preferences. So of course, it's going to be impossible to agree on certain things, but we do have a chance because our total defensive abilities is far higher than Liverpool.
Wow.
It is from left back, center backs, and right backs to the CDMs. The overall defending is better. Now the problem is our attack down the left. That's not a problem. Our attack down the left is good. The problem is our right side is going to be where you guys are going to have the most success. Because
I'll tell you something. You say we are good defensively, but Liverpool is really good attacking going forward.
That's what I'm saying. In terms, that's how we're going to stay in this game is because our defensive abilities is what's going to keep us in this game. And both teams play high press, so it's going to be who can transition better.
Battle in the midfield, isn't it? I think it's a battle of the midfield. Like if you win your midfield battles, I think you will have more chance of winning the game. As for the defense, yes, probably you are better than us at the moment because our players are coming back. It will take them time to become themselves again. Listen, we're still not conceding a lot of goals. We played 4 games, we conceded 1, so it's not too bad. I mean, but the players can only get better, as they say. You know what I mean? So. It's going to be a tough game in my opinion, but yeah, like me and Nathan said, it's just who wins the battles in certain areas that's going to win the game. That's how it is.
It's going to be interesting because, let's see, Salah plays on the right side, so he's up against Teo. So speed for speed is going to be even. Who plays on y'all's left now? Is it
still Mane? Still Mane.
Okay,
the same. Nothing's changed.
Calabria is not necessarily slow, but his tactical positioning is going to give Mane it's going to be a good tactical battle because Mane isn't full speed ahead like Salah is.
I want to say something, Nathan. The problem with Salah and Mane is not the fact they have pace and technical ability, incredible player, and creativity is amazing. The problem I have with these two players is they cut in the inside, and Trent comes on the wing, or Robertson comes on the wing. So basically, Calabria most of the time and Theo Hernandez is going to be between two men, because Mane is going to go in, Robertson is going to go down.
That's where our CDMs come, because not only just our CDMs, but that's one of the things that Tomori is good at. Tomori is. Yeah, his pace helps him, but Tomori's best asset is the fact that when a pass comes into a forward, he's right on their back. And when you play against players who are skillful, the rule of thumb is you get on them. And then if you're up against a person who has if you're not as fast, if you come up against a person who's that much faster than you, then you stay off them a little bit just so you can have an advantage if the ball is played over. And Tomori has the speed to catch up, but his best asset is the fact that he will be right on top of a person. Even before the ball gets to them, he'll already be there. which is how the EPL defenders normally do. So since he understands that, it that right there
Let's
is
see.
going to be a help.
Let's see. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's close the live anyway. Um, you can close the live, my man. You're the we asked you here. So, what do you want to say? Your final thoughts about Liverpool and the game at Anfield? What are you looking
Uh,
for?
Oh, I'm looking for obviously a entertaining game. We're gonna be there, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
looking.
paying the ticket. So,
I'm looking for an entertaining game, end to end. I hope we keep a clean sheet as well, just to because the group stage is gonna be tough. Like I said in the beginning, bro, guys. Goal difference might come into it. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen in this group. It's just unpredictable, and I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna probably win by 2 goals to 0. I think we're gonna win by 2 goals to 0, and Salah will score, and I think Jota might score as well, or Van Dijk from a set piece. The only thing we've got to worry about, you guys, is your counter attacks, and then just we have to control the midfield in order for us to win the game. We have to control the midfield, win the battles in the middle. Thiago and Henderson just do their bits, and Fabinho just to stop the balls going through to the strikers. That's all we got to do.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I was actually going to say is you probably won't have to worry too much about the counterattack because for a team to counterattack effectively, they need a lot of speed, and Trent is able to. He has enough speed to keep up with Liao. So if as long as you guys have a moderate high press, it will be difficult for us to counterattack. So I think it's going to come down to who controls the midfield better.
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I still believe football is not a matter of pace; it's a matter of brain.
Yeah.
So you can outplay your opposition if you have more brain and less pace. So I'm looking for. I hope Leao doesn't think to go on a speed challenge with Trent, but finds a solution with a 1-2 or with a clever playing with his mates around to find a solution. On the other side, I hope Liverpool doesn't find that because we're gonna struggle a lot. But yeah, as we say, it's gonna be an incredible game. Don't bother the chat. People, some AC Milan fan here are like crazy because we won today against Lazio. It's like basically we are super hyped and we think like we are the best team in the world at the moment. But I think we're gonna have a reality check Wednesday. But one thing for sure, if we're gonna lose, we're not gonna lose badly. We're gonna put up a fight. We're gonna put up a fight, and we're gonna understand our limits and how good we are, how bad we are, or whatever. It's gonna be a great game. Thank you for
watch out before you go. Watch out for Jota in that game as well because he's been good in the Champions League last season. So he's the way he plays.
Jota.
He's unpredictable. So you know what I mean. He's pacey, but you don't know what he's doing with the ball. So he might give Tomori a hard time in that game as well.
Oh no, and the other thing, Jota is gonna give our time to our midfield because we play with double pivot. So we play with 2 midfielders. You guys play with 3 midfielders.
Yeah.
So what happened? You guys have already 1 midfielder more. If Jota comes deep, you guys have 2 midfielders more when you possess the ball. So our players like Brahim Diaz, which is a number 10, needs to become a midfielder when we don't have the possession.
Yeah.
And plus Selemakers, which is on the right, or Leao needs to come in the midfield. Yeah. So we have the right amount of midfielder to against Liverpool. So it's going to be such a tactical and clever game. We're going to see a lot of interesting things, a lot of clever movement of balls and players. Yeah. It's going to be good to see it. Yeah, I hope I have a good seat because to watch it. Prof, I don't think this, where usually the supporters, the away supporters stay in Anfield.
It's the cop end, mate. On the if you look at the cop from the actual not the cop from Anfield Road. If you look at the goal on Anfield Road, you're always going to be on the left side. If you look from the pitch,
okay,
Anfield
just Road a bit on the left side.
Yeah. So they've got the designated area there. I'm going to be in that side as well, but I'm going to be on the opposite side.
Yeah, of course. Okay, that's good. That's good. No, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna rewatch the game anyway, and you know what? Because I'm gonna do a post match to analyze the game and say how good or bad we were. But man, thank you for joining us.
Definitely,
That's been
mate.
1 hour and a half, man. That was fun.
I loved it, man.
And
Very good.
see you tomorrow on your
Wait,
channel.
Larry, you didn't say your prediction.
Ah, you want my prediction, man? I'm paying for a ticket. I'm going to Anfield to watch my team. So my prediction is gonna be 2-0 or 2-1 for AC Milan. That's my prediction. But if I want to be honest with myself, I think a 0-0, 1-1, or 1-0 for Liverpool, something like that. Maybe we draw or we lose for 1 goal.
I think a draw.
The thing.
I think a draw.
People are asking where do I live. Do you want to know the postcode or just the city?
They want to come after you. They want to come after you.
No, Larry, you need to take your computer and walk to the street corner.
No, I live in London. So no, I hope we get through the group. We face Manchester City, we beat them.
Yeah.
We face Manchester United, we beat them. We face Chelsea, we beat them. So I watch all of the clubs in England, and we play the final. I don't know, against PSG, and we beat them. That's the thing. That is the dream. That is never gonna happen, but. Forza Milan, guys, and you can say Forza Liverpool. Don't worry, we still gonna get likes here.
Yeah.
And see you tomorrow, guys, on his channel talking about Milan, Liverpool versus Milan.
Thank you.
Peace, guys.